Hey, it's October and I'm here with our pomegranate tree and it is loaded with fruit. The leaves are starting to turn a little yellow and we've got branches reaching for the sky. I'm Cameron, welcome back to the Busy Gardener channel. In this video, I'm gonna walk through summer and fall pruning so that way you set your pomegranate tree up for amazing fruiting for the next season. Let's get busy. Being half Persian, pomegranates hold a special place in my heart. Pomegranates originated from Persia, as my dad was always very willing to let me know. He was all Persian. Fortunately, my dad passed away 3 years ago, and it was such a heartbreak for our family. But pomegranates were something that I adopted from him. He was growing them in his yard, and I remember so many times going in his backyard, picking fresh pomegranates and opening them and just enjoying that together. So this is more than just a fruit tree for me. This is a ton of memories and a connection to my dad. I know one of the mysteries of the pomegranate is how to open it. And I actually found a video of my dad showing me how to open a pomegranate in like 2017, before the Busy Gardener was even a thing. So stay tuned to the end, I'll play that for you to watch. One of the biggest questions I get on this channel is, when am I supposed to prune my trees? And so you might be asking, it's fall time. Why should I be pruning this right now and how should I be pruning it? And generally speaking, with deciduous trees like the pomegranate where all the leaves will fall off, you're going to do most of the pruning in the winter time. That's when you can see what's going on in the canopy. Right now it's all obscured with leaves. And so the main things we're doing now are just more maintenance cuts. So whether it be in the summer or in the fall time like it is now, we're going to go through and take advantage of some of the really obvious cuts, but leave the heavier pruning for when the tree is dormant. All right, let me show you some of the first cuts to make. Okay, this type of fall pruning or summer pruning is really more maintenance pruning. So you need two things to get started. First, a nice pair of pruning shears, these Velcros, and also a glove. It's because I like to have a lot of control with my pruning hand so I could really feel the pruners when I'm cutting through stuff. And I just use the gloved hand to hold onto the branches. Pomegranates have nasty thorns. Not as bad as jujubes, but you don't want to get stung by these things. First step you want to do is to look at your pomegranate and get rid of all of the low stuff. You want to take a look at any of these branches that are here scraping the ground. This isn't going to fruit next year. You don't want it. You don't need it. You may find you have some fruit because of its weight has dragged itself down. Don't cut those off. Let them fully ripen. But we do want all of this stuff off of the ground. This is going to help to promote airflow and let us see what else is going on down here. One thing that is good about pruning right now in this time of the year is that these are mostly ripe. And so when you cut the wrong one and a fruit comes off, I can take this inside and eat it. All of those branches that are coming up from the base, you notice that they're a lighter color and they're going straight up. Those are suckers coming from the roots, and those are going to just compete with the rest of the tree. And so those you want to take and cut off at the soil level. And that's one reason we want to get rid of all this low growth, is so that we can more easily get underneath this tree, which is really just more of a shrub, and to take care of all of those suckers coming out of the ground. Oh wow, look at this. This is one of these suckers. Just get an idea, look at how giant this is. Now this is not producing, this is just flying up through the middle of this tree to create vegetative growth. We want fruiting growth, not vegetative growth. Now, in addition to the suckers that are coming out of the ground, we've got them coming out of the branches also. And so really anywhere you're seeing these vertical suckers, those you want to take out, those in the ground and those coming off of the low branches. Now, you want to make sure you're getting at the base of all of these, because otherwise they'll just take over the inside of this canopy with stuff that isn't producing fruit. Now that we've got the bottom taken care of, we're going to focus on just reducing some of the extra growth, the excessive growth. And so stuff that's coming out into these areas, like coming into the driveway here, I want to cut some of this off and just create a little more space and allow these to branch off into some additional branches when they reemerge. A lot of pruning fruit trees is looking into the future a little bit. and saying, okay, if this continues to grow or if this fruits, is this in a place that I want it to be? This branch here is going right on the ground. If it fruits, critters are going to get it. And so I'm going to take this weeping branch and just cut it totally off. And that way the tree is going to focus its efforts on all of the canopy up here instead of diverting more resources to that canopy down there. As you make some of these cuts, what we always want to improve is the airflow and sunlight going into the inside of the tree. That's going to keep some diseases out. It's also going to help the fruit to really ripen and color up. It takes sunlight to make these things nice and ripe. Now, the tendency is to want to come in and just cut the tops of all of this stuff up. This is way too high. I can't reach any of that fruit. I don't want fruit way up there. But rather than coming through right now and cutting it all off, we're going to be a lot more specific or choosy about this. If we come through and top the entire tree, it's going to set up a lot more just vigorous upward growth, which we want to avoid. So I'm going to be selective and just make a few choice cuts to thin it out and do a lot of the heavier pruning in the wintertime. One thing I love about having this pomegranate espaliered, which is just putting it against a two-dimensional surface like this wall, is that on the other side of the wall, we come and just have all this fruit. And it also gives us an easy opportunity to see a lot of these taller branches. So from the front, it's obscured by a bunch of foliage, but right here, I can see exactly what's reaching for the sky. So any of these things that are suckers, I'm just going to cut off from back here. Pruning happens at more horizontal growth. So if you see something racing for the sky, usually that's not going to be productive. The tree is just trying to get leaves out there for itself, but that isn't helping our objective, which is more fruit. So this is a great example of how suckers will just develop and go straight up and provide nothing for the tree. There are a bunch of suckers just on this one, or sometimes they call it like water sprouts or water shoots. These are coming out of this. So this is a good time of year to come through and cut all of these upward suckers off, or if you're wanting to establish growth horizontally, to take and find some sort of bud and cut to an outer growing bud. And this will hopefully create a horizontal branch which will fruit for us. So this is the kind of wood that will eventually fruit. You notice all of these branches, but a sucker that I just cut, you'll see how this is just upright. It's just a skinny thing with really no lateral branches that are going to fruit. So this is what you want cut out. This is taking energy away from your future fruiting. Pruning is one of those things that can feel a little bit scary. It feels so destructive, but it's really necessary for these trees to fruit reliably. And I know it's kind of like life, where sometimes things that look like growth really aren't doing anything for us. But it's about being intentional about the energy that we're spending. And so we're helping this tree to spend its energy on directions that we want it to go and for the fruit we want it to produce. When it comes to eating pomegranates, I know that it's a little bit intensive because you've got to take all those arils out of there, those little seeds. And I love that actually. For me, it's cathartic and it's kind of like a snacktivity. But I know that my wife, she hates that. She's like, just give me the seeds already. So I wonder, which team are you on? Are you on team, let me go slow and steady, or are you on team, give me all the seeds and let me eat them? Let me know. Put it down in the comments. I'm going to show you the Pomegranate Master, my dad, in just a minute. But as far as this tree, we made a lot of progress. When these leaves come off, that's when I'm going to do the heavier pruning, the sculpting pruning, when I can see what's going on beyond there. But I appreciate you hanging out today. Whether you've got one pomegranate tree that you're pruning or 500, till next time, stay busy.
You go right
Taking
here.
a video too.
Right here. And then, see this one here? This little guy? Just take him out. And then you pop it open. This.
Whoa.
And this.
Look at all that. Here. You did such a nice job opening it. You taste it first.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice.
Taste a few and let me know what you think. Good, huh?
Very good.
Nice. I'm gonna have some. Are you still here? Do you want more? I'm just gonna keep pruning. Evan can't stop filming this till you like, comment, and subscribe. So please do all three. He's got somewhere to be. Do it!